Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today we're doing what if Naruto was neglected and trained by Whis. Don't mind the title. Um, just imagine them big pretty letters up there is saying Whis was trained by Whis, because I accidentally put only neglected, and I'm not in the mood to change it right now, so I'm not even gonna change it later. So yeah, and guys, I put myself in a situation. The situation is plot armor is on fully, cause you remember how I said there's gonna be a 35-year gap. That 35-year gap before they found Whis. Yeah, that's it. You're gonna see next in the story. Okay, so where I left off is that the council asked Naruto some questions and Naruto answered them, and I'm going to say that the 3-year training skip happened. Oh, and you know that thing where I said he was supposed to be with Shion? I changed my mind. That last part, just forget about that. I know I'm changing my mind about a lot of things, but I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Um, I'm going to say that Naruto, in this 3-year training gap, Naruto goes with Whis, right? And I'm gonna say Beerus is still sleeping, but by the end, I'm gonna let's do the. We're not gonna do all, like, we're not just gonna go 3-year time skip. Bam. We're gonna do a little bit into the first year. So the first year, Naruto learns how to control his God Ki and stuff, and God Chakra, and I'm gonna say that he learns he right now his power is half of Beerus. Before right now his power is half of Beerus, and by the end of the training his power is almost at Beerus level. And I'm going to say that Beerus wakes up and he's like, oh, he's been itching for he's been itching for a fight, but he's like, okay. And then he goes, and then Naruto just calls him like, what's the cat doing away? And then he realizes his mistake, and he's like, oh no, did I just call? In his mind he's like, oh no, did I just call Lord Beerus a cat? And Lord Beerus swings his tongue. It's like, do you want to fight, Brat? And Naruto is like, oh, and he's like, okay, so I take that as a challenge. And then I'm gonna say that Beerus changes, and Naruto's like, what did I do for this? And then he goes and he fights Lord Beerus, and then cause Whis doesn't try to stop this, and because I'm gonna say that Whis when he bumped into Whis first, and Whis is like, there's a mortal train on this world, and he's like, okay, is he strong? And Whis is like, yes, he's almost at your strength. And Beerus is like, that is absurd. So he was already doubting it, and then he was kind of itching for a fight. But now that Naruto bumped into him and stuff and called him a cat, of course he's gonna want the fight. So once he want the fight, they both gear up, and then Naruto goes into his God Chakra, and Beerus is like, oh, so this is the legendary God Chakra. I have God Ki, and this is God Chakra. And he's like, oh, I heard the Sage of the Six Paths. I met him once, a few times, but he was very weak with his God Chakra. But yours, I can see that you have improved yours and refined it a lot. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, okay. And then they start fighting. It's basic. Just imagine this fight as it goes in canon, but with Goku in him. But this time it's like a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot more better, because Goku was only 70% of Beerus' power, and what's his name? Naruto is 99. So Beerus has that slight edge, but because Beerus been sleeping, so I'm gonna say Naruto wins by a little bit. They're both on the ground, about to get knocked out. But what's his name? Beerus gets knocked out first, and then Naruto says, "Yes, I won." Then he gets knocked out, and then he wakes up. Like they both wake up at the same time, like 10 minutes later, because I'm gonna say we healed them. Because if for real, if they really didn't get healed by Whis, they was probably gonna get up in like 3 days. And then he's like, "Okay, Naruto, you better head back to your village." And he's like, "Keep up with your training." And then Naruto goes, "We're gonna leave. We're gonna So we're gonna not go to Naruto's point of view. We're gonna go back to which point of view. I'm gonna say that what's his name? Beer's still itching. Is still itching for a fight. And I'm gonna say that he goes. I'm gonna say now that Dragon Ball World goes like a lot faster. Like for some reason, because plot armor is heavily on. Like right now, plot armor is so on that I'm saying that 35-year time skip is gone. Like, and then he goes. He's like, okay, so he's like, okay, I want to fight another mortal, and he's like, this time with God Ki, not with God Chakra, even though the other kid was the best fight I might have ever had without getting I'm gonna say the other angels, they kind of sense a battle with like gods, but they didn't care that much, so they're like, all right, probably it's immortal because or something. They're like, it doesn't matter. They didn't really pay attention to it because why would they pay attention to it? And then Naruto. No, not Naruto. Then he fights Goku. That goes the same way, and he's like, and then he comes back to the Earth, and he's like, "Oh, you Goku, you're the second strongest mortal I ever fought." And he's like, "Who's the first?" And Beerus is like, he was this kid. He's 16, and Goku. When Goku hears this, he's like, "Wait, what is he?" And he's like, "He's an Earthling, but from a different universe." And Goku's like, "Oh." So what universe is he in? And he's like, it's like a parallel universe 7, but in a different galaxy. And he's like, oh, and Goku's like, oh yeah, someday I want to fight him, and that all happen. That happens, and Bulma and Chi Chi and the other fighters like Gohan and what's his name? Gohan and Gohan and Vegeta, when they heard there's a 16, I say 16-year-old stronger than them and Goku, they're like, really? A 16-year-old? They kind of don't believe it, but they believe it at the same time because Beerus, why would he lie about that? Like, why would he lie about a mortal being having the same power as him almost? So he's like, okay, so they believe it, and everything goes the same. And then um let's go back to Naruto's perspective. Naruto, when he gets back to a village, he goes back to his house, right? And his so-called family, they're like, where have you been for these 3 years? And he's trying to explain, but they don't really pay attention. And he's like, okay, doesn't matter anyways. And he's like, okay, then he goes throughout his day like that, and once he does that, he goes to his room. Then he goes out and talks. I don't know who I said was his friend because, like, I don't really think I would have anybody that was. I don't really remember who I said. I think I said Shikamaru. Yeah, all that squad was still friends. Kiba, he's neutral. He doesn't like Naruto, but he doesn't hate Naruto. If you understand what I mean. Sasuke, I don't know if I no Sasuke didn't leave the village. Massacre never happened. They're all okay, and Naruto just walking through the village, and he finds Ino. I said Ino. Choji, Shikamaru, and um, basically the Konoha 11, and he says hello to them. And I'm gonna say that he still beat Neji, so he got Neji from talking about that destiny card all the time, and to the Neji he was in canon in Shippuden, and this is his look. He just doesn't have the sage mode on, and his hair is not all the way like that. It's like, cause that's like a Kakashi look. It's like a little pointier and more straight. It's not like to the side more. And he to the girls he looks a little more handsome, and he not to she kind of sees that, but she still likes Menma, and Menma is like, hey, the losers finally come back. And Naruto's like, remember who won our last battle? You lost miserably. And he's like, yeah, but I got stronger. You just ran away for 3 years. And Naruto looks at him like, nah, I didn't run away. I trained. And he's like, no matter what training you did, I trained with the legendary Sonic. And Naruto's like, huh? Legendary Sonic can't stand up to the person I trained with. The person I trained with could beat them easily, no sweat. Probably without even using a percent of their power. Which is true. Like, Whis, when you think about it, Whis was probably when Goku and Vegeta were sparring with Whis, and they turn on God Ki Nun and base forms. Nonetheless, Whis looked like he using only like 5% with them. Like, he only if he only using 5% with them. Imagine him with Naruto characters like the Sannin. The Sannin will be easily take off because the Sannin, I think their power level is like something like 2,000 maybe. If their power level is 2,000, like, imagine that. They're like they're not even close. When I say not even close, they're not even close to Goku Namek Saga. And y'all remember Goku Namek Saga? Yeah, they're not even. Wait, no. Before that, Goku when Vegeta and Nappa showed up. Yeah, they're not even that strong. Like, Goku, then he could beat them with no sweat, no problem. Like, his power level is at 8,000 by then. And those two are like 4,000, so it would give him a little challenge because they have experience. But Goku is battle smart, so he would have beat them easily. Not too much sweat. And I'm gonna say that after that, Naruto doesn't really care, and they all catch up, but not like Naruto. He doesn't go there, but who I'm talking about who catch up, I'm talking about Shino, just parts of the Konoha 11. Just Shino, Shikamaru, Choji, Naruto, basically most of the guys, but instead of Menma, because the girls are fangirling over him. They're not like fangirling. And Sasuke, yeah, Menma and Sasuke stay back. They're talking to each other. I don't know whose ship I should make this. I'm not gonna make this no Naruto Bulma ship, no Naruto Chi Chi ship. No, I'm not gonna make this no Naruto Otherworld and Another World ship. And I'm gonna make it this world. I'm gonna say the ship is Ino. The ship is Ino. I just put it out there because I don't know which ship to really put him in. So the ship is Ino, and Ino kind of blushes when he kind of talked to them, and yeah, cause I have to put some um ship. I can't have my boy lonely, and after that, Naruto goes. He talks to them a bit and recaps with them whatever happened with their lives. He doesn't really tell them about his life because if he would have told them he got trained by an angel and this angel is stronger than all of them put together in the whole Leaf Village, in the whole thing, there was gonna be some problems when Minato and the five Kage heard this. They were gonna be like, oh no, they were gonna try and find some. They was gonna ask Naruto for that button of his, and they was gonna kick Naruto out and try to get the button. Yeah, so Naruto doesn't want that, so he doesn't tell them because he knows that Kiba can't keep his mouth shut. And Neji, they would probably take the curse seal. I'm gonna say that Naruto, he learned how to take the curse seal off, so he took the curse seal off. And this is where I'm gonna end it. Bye, y'all. Wherever you are, good night, goodbye, peace out.